Welcome to another edition of the Nate Moore Show. Our show is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Xavier Brissett. Joining me is the head coach of the Massillon Tigers, Coach Moore. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Coach, your Tigers improved to 2-0 after a 56-7 win over Glen Oak last Friday night. How would you summarize your team's performance?
I was happy with our performance. I thought our kids played hard. We hit, we made plays, so very happy.
Lots of big plays on offense, which led to 467 yards of total offense and a big lead at halftime. Tell us more about the offense's game plan heading into your matchup with Glen Oak.
Our offensive game plan is to always just try to take what the defense is giving us and maximize matchups and personnel. So it's, and then our kids made the plays, right? So hooray for them.
Senior DeJuan Owens and junior Jalen Slaughter continue to share the quarterback duties. How are their skill sets similar and how are they different?
They're both really good quarterbacks. Both have the ability to run the football, and both throw the ball well. So we love them both.
Your defense held Glen Oak to 167 total yards on offense. What did you like the most about the defense's performance?
I thought we did a really good job with adjusting to formations, which Glen Oak had a good game plan with that, but we matched with the adjustments that we needed to, and I thought we tackled well, especially on the edge and then in the alley. So happy with that.
Thanks, Coach. In a moment, we'll talk with the Tiger player, but first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
There was a time when 10 miles to the gallon was acceptable. Today's 40-plus mile-per-gallon cars weren't even in the rearview mirror back then. Of course, this Lennox air conditioner wasn't on the radar either. It's solar-ready, the quietest, most energy-efficient air conditioner you can own. It's time to live in the now.
Call Reliable Heating and Cooling for the most advanced technology in heating and air conditioning. When you're ready to live in the now, call Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Thank you to Reliable Heating and Cooling. Joining me now is senior linebacker Cody Fair. Cody, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations on a great win last week. From your perspective, did you see a big improvement from the defense compared to week one?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like our defense were flying around. Week one, we started off a little slow. We let up 14 points first two drives. Week two, we didn't let up any points in the first half, and I think they had negative 20 rushing yards after the first quarter. So defense definitely improved on that end.
As you're growing up, do you remember when you first started playing football and who taught you the game?
I started in first grade, and my dad taught me the game. Him and Anthony Rep were my first flag football coaches, and I played with them all the way through fourth grade, and then I started playing tackle in fifth.
Because of your experience, you're obviously seen as a leader on this team. How would you describe the way that you lead?
I feel like my whole life I've led just through the things I do, like working hard and doing the right things. But I feel like this year I've taken more of a vocal role on the team. Last year I wasn't as vocal, but this year I feel like I've gained a little bit more confidence and respect of the team, so I feel like I can take that more vocal role.
Are you hoping to continue playing football after high school?
Yes, I plan on playing college football, and some schools that are looking at me right now are Ashland and Colgate are probably my top schools, and I'm just looking to use football to get further education.
Are you getting a lot of interest from other schools?
Yeah, I'm getting a few looks from different schools, and I feel like after my senior season, I'll get a few more.
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, my nickname's Zonk.
Your team plays Mansfield this Friday night. What do you expect to see from their offense?
Okay, so Mansfield, they're pretty big up front. Got a lot of big dudes. Number 8 is a very fast receiver. Do a lot of stuff. Super athletic. He's really big playmaking ability. And then they run a lot of zones, so we'll have to be gap sound. All 11 guys got to do their job.
Thanks, Cody. Coach Moore will rejoin us after we take this time out on The Nate Moore Show.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
Cut, we got it.
And for every moment like this, there's a crew of people using STEM to bring the dead to life.
We had 30 minutes to make one of Norman Reedus' outfits of 7 years old. When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that could be walked through in a VR headset. It looked like you were actually standing in the room.
There's so much technology involved in directing. We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker horde.
That idea became this design, which turned into this set, and that costume worn by that walker who was having a really bad day. STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Welcome back to The Nate Moore Show. Coach, we just heard from senior linebacker Cody Fair. What does Cody bring to your team both on and off the field?
I mean, he's an outstanding young man who does a great job in the classroom and in the community. He's also an outstanding wrestler. Works really, really hard in the off season. You know, sets the tone, sets the standard for how hard that we want to work. And he's also turned himself into a fine football player. Had a great junior season last year and has really progressed this season.
And last Friday's big win over Glen Oak, you had a lot of players get some valuable playing time after your team got that huge lead. For those non-starters and underclassmen, does that positive experience of getting into a varsity game carry over into the following week's practices?
I mean, maybe. It probably depends on the kids. Some kids, yeah. Some kids, maybe not.
We haven't discussed special teams on the show yet. Tell us more about that unit and who are some of your leaders in that group?
Leaders in that group, I'd say number one is Sean Robinson. Sean's would probably start an inside linebacker for any other school in the county. But he's our number 3 guy, and he's ready with that. But I think he's on every special teams minus maybe extra point field goal. It takes a lot of pride in it. Really sets the standard for the other guys, and he's been a devastating special teams player for us so far this season.
This week, the Tigers are home to face Mansfield Senior. They came back on the schedule last year, and you had a nice win at their place. In general, what can you tell us about this year's TY Tigers?
I think they're a good team. I think they're talented. They have some size, especially on their offensive line. I think both their tackles are really good, especially the right tackle. They've got a dynamic player at receiver, number 8, who they move around and really try to consciously get the ball to. And he's made a lot of plays for them. He can really run. He can go up and get it. And then defensively, they're almost all one high structure. Some even front, some odd front. Play a lot of man, also, and really try to bring the pressure to you. That type of defense. So it presents a challenge for us.
We want to thank Coach Moore and senior linebacker Cody Fair for being on the show this week. The Nate Moore Show is brought to you all season long by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Xavier Bissett. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
Hello, and welcome to the Stark County Humane Society. Today we're going to give you a few pointers when considering adopting a new furry friend. All animals here at the Stark County Humane Society are spayed, neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, dewormed, and if old enough, heartworm tested for our canine friends. Adopters will receive a free exam within 2 weeks of adoption at local veterinarian hospitals. We encourage all adopters to take full advantage of this. A one-time adoption fee is required for your new furry friend. When you adopt, you get an awesome adoption packet that includes treats for your new fur baby and savings for you. But this is not where the cost of adoption stops. Did you know the average cost of an animal like a new puppy or kitten can cost up to $500 annually? This includes annual veterinarian visits, preventative care, and everyday supplies like crate, litter, food, toys. But I hope this doesn't scare you away. Adopting an animal is a huge responsibility and a commitment. Please take the time to consider the cost of adopting a new pet into your family today. I hope to see you soon at the Stark County Humane Society. Please visit our website or visit us on social media for more information.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.
Welcome to another edition of Swing. Our show features Tiger Swing Band Director Jason Neel, and we're on the air with you every Wednesday night following the Nate Moore Show. Swing is brought to you by Johnny's Music Shop. I'm your host, Dave Sheets, and with me is Jason Neel. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Dave.
Last week's halftime performance featured a Wordle theme. How'd that performance come off?
I thought that it was pretty well received. I've heard a lot of compliments from people, especially about the creativity of doing something different, and we always try to do that, especially when you have so many home games and trying to do things that are unique from year to year. I got to give some credit to my daughter Lauren, who came up with that idea. She said, "Dad, you should do a Wordle show," and trying to find songs that have 5 letters in the title was a little challenging, but I thought we did a good job with it. And really, we wanted to have an easier show, if you will, for week 2, since we spent so much time on our Sammy Nestico show. So just spelling out words doesn't take a ton of intricacy to get to the drill. They just have to learn a spot and go to that spot. So when you see the band doing other patterns and things, it actually takes more time to learn and perfect. So we needed a good week 2 show, and I thought that fit the bill.
Now, your band ended that performance playing alongside the Glen Oak Band with a rendition of God Bless the USA. How did this idea come together as part of Military Appreciation Night?
Well, again, we know, with 7 home games to start the season, we needed something that, wouldn't be too taxing on us as far as marching. So we thought, we have a good relationship with the Glen Oak Band, and we've been going back and forth, home and away, a few years here. And Chris Irwin's a great guy over at Glen Oak, and reached out to him and said, this would be a cool thing to do, and it would help us out, and it would be well received. And he was all for it, and their kids were excited to do it, and so were ours, to get to combine. And planning all the little details and practicing separately, because we never practiced that together. So I thought, for all things what they were, the kids did a great job, and it came off real well, and it was almost as if we'd practiced it together plenty. And the crowd gave us a great ovation after that performance. So in the end, we really wanted to say thank you to those who have served our country, and be a part of the Military Night Appreciation that we've come to do here in Massillon, and we were glad to be a part of that in a small way.
Now, you know me, I'm always curious about how your freshman members come up to speed during the summer practices and the first few weeks of the season. How would you judge them so far?
I think our freshmen are doing an excellent job this year. I'd like to go back to last year when we had the marching night with 8th graders. They had a really good time. They were really into it, and we kind of built off that, and we came up with what we call our Monday marching moment. And from like October through the end of the year, every Monday we stood up in 8th grade band and we moved our feet. We got marching a little bit every week, and I think, and I want to hope that that's helped them get up to speed a little quicker. So we're doing a pretty good job with our freshman class, and I'm proud of them, and they're working hard, and it's tough. It's a lot to do, especially being a front-loaded home schedule this year. So being 2.5 weeks in, I'd say they're doing a great job.
Tell us a little bit about your majorette group this year.
Well, we have 3 majorettes. Arabella Collins is a senior, and Regan Lustig is a sophomore, and Mackenzie Moretta is a freshman. And I think they look pretty good. We just got new uniforms for them, and Carla Marsh, our majorette advisor, is really enjoying that group and doing a good job with them. And we're glad to have 3. I mean, it's a small number compared to historically in Massillon, but just I think baton twirling is like a dying art form lately. It's not what it once was, and so to have 3 young ladies who are doing a great job and really enjoying what they're doing, it's a nice majorette line this year.
And of course, on Friday nights, a lot of eyes are on your Obie mascot. Who is Obie this year? And tell us about some of those responsibilities.
Well, Obie this year is Adriana Kennedy, and she's a sophomore who plays flute. She marched with the flute last year, and is a band member who plays flute in our symphonic band. She, tried out back in April or May. I think it might have been early May. And she was our unanimous pick for the staff, and it brought a lot of energy to her audition and some creativity as well. And so for a sophomore, I think she's doing a really nice job kind of finding her role, finding how that whole thing works. And, I think her future is very bright as our mascot.
We'll have more with Mr. Jason Neel here on Swing, but first this word from Johnny's Music Shop.
Band season starts here at Johnny's Music Shop, located at 2492 Lincoln Way East, Massillon, Ohio. Enjoy our name brand band instrument rentals with no credit checks and our large selection of woodwind, brass, string, percussion accessories, and band books. Get signed up today for private lessons with any of our knowledgeable instructors, and if you're in need of a fix, all repairs are done here locally in-house. Give us a call at 330-832-3000 and come be a part of our musical family.
Thank you, Johnny's Music Shop, and welcome back to Swing. Jason, I understand that the Swing Band has a very active and interesting website. Tell us more about that.
Well, it's tigerswingband.com, and we just had one of our band parents, Bill Joseph, who kind of created the content, kind of still administrates it for us. His youngest child just graduated, Miriam Joseph, who actually, just a fun fact, just made the Ohio State Marching Band as one of their drum majors in training. They call it D-Row. So congratulations to Miriam. But Bill has kind of taken that website and allowed it to be really helpful. We got our calendar there. Calendars on Google Calendar, and we keep that up to the minute. We can adjust that from our phones. It's a great way for people to know what's going on with the band at all times. Plus we have content. We like to put up our videos that our WHS Teleproductions provides us each week. We're very thankful to all of you here for helping us get those videos up on the website, and that's connected to our Facebook page. And I know one of our staff members, Katie Catalfina, has taken a little bit over this year with that, having the Josephs stepping away from as being as active as band parents as they were. So TigerSwingBand.com is a great place to go to check out all that's going on with the bands, and we do use that quite a bit, especially in this day of everybody having a smartphone that they can just check out what's going on instantly.
Right. I also happen to know that you rely a lot on your band boosters. Tell us more and how other band parents might get involved with the current Booster Club.
Well, we have a very active set of parents, especially our officers who, they're doing so much, especially on game nights, to run our concession stands and to take care of coordinating all the volunteers that we need on a weekly basis to fill out those concession stands. And without the parents who work so hard there, we really couldn't function the way we do right now. So we do have a great group led by Rachel Kennan, who's our president this year, and her officers are doing just a fantastic job. We do have monthly booster meetings that any band parent can come and take part in. They're usually about 30 minutes, and they're typically the third week of the month. But if you go to TigerSwingBand.com, you'll see that on the calendars. This third Thursday, I think, is the junior high rehearsal. So we have to even talk about moving that date right now. So it doesn't always work out that way, so always refer to the calendar. But anyone who wants to be involved can come to those booster meetings, as well as we're always looking for volunteers to work in the concession stand, especially as we get farther in the season, especially in playoffs. So we're going to need plenty of volunteers. So if anyone wants to help, we're always available. So you could also email boosters@tigerswingband.com, and all of our officers get those emails, and any questions anybody has, that they can be answered pretty easily.
We are already looking at week 3 of the football season. How about a rundown for this Friday night's halftime show?
Well, this Friday night's theme is the 50s, 1950s music. And we're attempting to start the show with the opening routine that was used back in 1938, 85 years ago, when George Bird started this, which Dyke Ford was still using in the 50s. It's a 64-piece band, 8 ranks of 8, and Tiger Rag and Carry On, that was the original routine, and we've been learning that this week, and our intention is to start our 50s show with the old opening routine. And then we've got some Johnny B. Good, Heartbreak Hotel, and Rockin' Robin, some great fun 50s music for this week's show. So brand new slate of music, brand new slate of routines. So week 2 kind of helped us prepare a little bit for week 3. So we're hoping for a good show on Friday night.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time today.
Absolutely.
That's going to do it for this edition of Swing, brought to you each week by Johnny's Music Shop. For Jason Neel, I'm your host, Dave Sheets. Thank you, as always, for watching, and go Tigers!
Most of us are engaged with the internet in one way or another every day. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, engaged. MCTV cares about keeping you engaged, no matter what's thrown your way. Need an upgrade? Choose from a range of reliable options, including whole home Wi-Fi. MCTV. We go the extra smile.